In this video, I want to talk about the one thing that you need to stop doing and the thing that you need to change in order to successfully grow a healthcare practice. Thanks for checking out our channel. If you're new here, my name's John and I run some sports injury clinics called John W Sports Injury. And at the time of recording this, we have managed to scale those businesses to revenues of around £200,000 a year. And this is all on top of my full-time job. So now I have an immense passion in helping others to achieve their dreams as well, and actually to stop the mistakes that I made along my way. And what I'm talking about this video is probably the biggest mistake that I made and the biggest thing I had to change. But once I implemented that change, things really started to change in terms of the volume of patients that we were seeing. So what is that? Well, let me set the scene for you. When I first graduated, I had passion, energy, enthusiasm to grow a fantastic practice. And what I thought was that people would just flock into the doors. And actually, when that didn't happen, my first port of call was, well, I need to become a better therapist. The reason that my clinic isn't growing is because perhaps I only have the basic skills provided to me by my degree. So I started doing more CPD, and I was doing foot biomechanics courses and spinal manipulation courses and orthotics courses, everything that I thought the more services I can offer, the bigger the net of people that would come to see me. And then what I started to do was thinking, well, I need to be better at marketing. So I started delivering leaflets to all the local doors. I started writing complicated blog pieces because I thought people would be wowed by my knowledge, and all my friends and family would share these blog posts. And ultimately, I'm embarrassed to say, but I thought at the time that everybody would be so thrilled to have me in their local area that I would be beating patients away with a stick. However, that didn't happen. And that was when I realised that I needed to do something differently. What I was doing at this stage, trying to be a better therapist and telling everybody how much of a better therapist I become would bring me in patients, was failing. So then I kind of discovered and think a bit differently, and I looked into reading certain books, and I looked into two very popular books, and now I'm a big fan of reading. I've read lots of books, but these two books I think really changed everything for me at a crucial point in my business. The first book was a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Again, one that I would really encourage for you to read to get an understanding about the mindset. And the second book was a book called The EMyth Revisited. And this was really a fantastic book in allowing me to think about a crucial change in my business, that actually I needed to step out of my business and look in order to grow it. So these books were nothing to do with physiotherapy, sports injury therapy, physical therapy, all the things that I've been diving myself into. But what I actually realised is that the thing I needed to stop doing was focusing on those aspects and actually change my mindset to improve at the things that I was weak at. And that was really developing these business skills. And the key word being systems. And once I realised that the thing I had to change was stop being a better physical therapist and actually be a better business person, that was when everything changed for me. And I started implementing some of the changes that I learned about with this change in mindset from those two books. And all of a sudden things started to change. And not only that, but I was able to actually scale these things so that I could keep up with the growth without actually putting any extra workload on myself. So this was the huge game changer for me. And that's why if I could give one tip to any person looking to start or even grow an existing physical therapy or healthcare practice, it would be, do not think as a technician. Do not think as the therapist within the business, but you need to change your mindset to think as the owner of that business and take yourself out and look in to truly analyze the business. So if you are somebody who has been on the same journey as me and you've been looking to make yourself a better practitioner, stop. You have the skills that you need to deliver a fantastic service to the people of your community. That is the thing that our education gives us. It gives us fantastic hands-on skills. You have the ability to change people's lives for the better by taking them away from pain and ultimately hitting their goals. Those skills are developed. However, what we have lacking is actually the skills to find these people, the skills to give our message of how we can help them correctly so that they want to come and see us. So that is where you should look to focus and ultimately systemize your business. Now, if that's a worrying word for you, and if you're thinking, well, I don't truly understand what you mean by putting systems in place and how I would take myself out of the business to analyze it, well, what I've got is a free of charge webinar, and I'll put a link to that in the description. So you can take that at a time of your choosing, but it just gives me a little bit more time. It's about an hour in length, but I actually start to discuss the 4 key systems that you will need to implement into your business. And I think for me, these were the things that radically changed everything for me. I hope that you found that helpful. It's a quick video to really try and stop you in your tracks if you are going down the path that I was going down, and to actually change to the path that has changed everything for me. And if you can do that now, it will save you a lot of time in comparison to what I was doing. If you found this helpful, then hit that like button, because that will help others to find it, and I'll really appreciate you doing that. But also, if you think that some of the content that we're talking about and similar things is helpful for you, then hit subscribe, because then you will be notified when I bring out some new content related to these topics. And what I'm looking to do is take you on the journey that I'm on, which is building the practice that I want to help as many people as I can in order to achieve their goals.